Did you know that you can get private equity like returns and different things from public funds? And today I wanted to talk about a closed end fund that really is a great way to diversify some investments because it really it all comes down to the knowledge of investments, and I just want to help people make better investment decisions. And today I wanted to talk about ADX, so Adams Diversified Equity Fund. And this is a fund that has been around for 85 years. I mean, it's crazy how long. More than that, probably. Yeah, but basically, they yield a really good dividend, and the way they operate is much different compared to almost any other company or a trust or a fund. And they're not too focused on growth, actually, and they're more focused on dividends, and they yield that dividend from the way that they invest. And actually, it's not a private equity fund, but it does wonders as if it was private equity, but they do that same style in public companies, and it's a good way to diversify your investments. And I wouldn't own a ton of this. I would own more S&P 500 and keep this as kind of paying dividends. But what's really nice is that they do it in a tax efficient way. And so they pay almost all their dividends right at the end of Q4. So they literally just stockpile the money and keep it invested. Then at the end of the year, boom, there's your ton of money. It's not actually a ton, but it yields like from a 10 to 15% some years. But it's pretty inconsistent if you look at it year by year. But it actually does pretty good. I mean, you don't have to worry about that much of really anything, and it has a pretty large market cap too for it being public. And this these kind of investments are great, and I'm gonna leave in the description the ticker and all the stock information on Yahoo Finance. But really, the way they operate is that they yield a good dividend, and the market cap's 2.2 billion, so they're pretty up there. I think their aim for this company is really focused on dividends and not capital appreciation. And the way they really made it work is by buying low and selling high and then paying that profit out as dividends to investors instead of just keeping it as the value of the stock, which is pretty good for those looking for dividend investments or just for anybody who doesn't like the everyday investor could buy this. It right now it's trading at $20, so you can get a share for $20, which is not bad. I mean, you don't even need for some of these large funds to put a ton of money in. You could start with a small percentage and really just me sharing about investments. I think investments is for everybody, and ADX Adams Diversified Equity Fund really does a good job of just making you not have to worry, scratch your head about investments. It's just straight to it. You put some money in, they got you. They do all these different things of investing in large companies, buying low, selling high kind of stuff, and they just invest in large public equities instead, and it's more of a diversified mutual fund with private equity like investing things. They buy low and then they sell it high, kind of like private equity, but they do it for public companies, and they pay it out as a dividend to me, the investor. And it's good. I think Warren Buffett would probably have some of this stuff. I'm not exactly sure. I think he would just make his own fund, paying a bit higher. But this is the kind of stuff that even like me or just everyday investors could just get into this stuff and not have to worry about too much. And these investments generate amazing returns. And I mean, no wonder they keep this stuff a secret. They don't want you to be rich. Some of these really good investors. I mean, man, you could literally just go on Yahoo Finance. I have it in the description. You could find it there. And then if you want, like me, I use Fidelity. And literally, I could just log into Fidelity, type in the ticker symbol, boom, I could buy a share just like that. I could turn on automatic reinvestment of the dividends. And then I just sit there and wait years, and all of a sudden I'm sitting on more money than I can even believe. I mean, even now I'm making a couple thousand a year at 19 just off of investments like appreciation and dividends. And they'll never teach you this stuff in school, man. And really, it just starts with understanding investments like these, where you could literally just find diversified funds that already do it for you. And then if you want, you could just have a bunch of these different funds that aren't correlated. You want to make sure that all your funds are not correlated. That way, you could spread the risk out like crazy, and especially if they pay dividends too, you won't have to worry about a thing. I mean, stuff they won't teach you in school. These kinds of amazing funds. And really, if you liked anything I talked about in this video, consider liking and subscribing. I'm gonna keep making more videos like these, just talking straight to you, being honest. Why do I gotta show you all these things to get your attention and all this stuff? If you're serious about money, I'm really trying to help you out. And especially showing these funds. I mean, with any of these, if you go in the description, you find the quote, or the link I have for the quote, and you just go on Yahoo Finance, see it, whatever the ticker symbol is. You could go into your brokerage account and just put it in the search bar, and you could just buy it. Like, as if you're a professional investor, and you can make the same returns as them. And the fact that they don't teach you this stuff in school, man, is it's wild. And I want to help more people do these kinds of investments. I'm becoming a financial representative to actually help people make investment decisions. And I'm doing this at such a young age because I just decided to teach myself this and really set myself apart from other people and fill the market gap. I mean, to fill that market gap was something amazing, and I just want to make investments for everyone because they really are amazing. And yeah, just consider looking at Adam's Diversified Equity Fund, and appreciate your time.